England and France and Germany and all over the world. And I'm so happy to see all of you. And thank you so much attending this programs. I myself want to say thank you to you because of this program enrich my teaching and to some degree enforce my study to kind of perfect it. So I really want to say thank you to you because you encourage me to study more. Today, I'm going to talk about forehead and the wrinkles and how it's tell who we are, how we are changing, and what's happening in our life. Then I want to discuss about forehead and wrinkles of Mr. Putin's. This is the topics of today's lesson. So first of all, I want to show you how I developed this program, and I videotape it previously. And then after I show this one, I will show many photographs and many pictures of the Mr. Putin's changing of the wrinkles. I want to discuss from my experience. Then I will take many questions. Okay, you can ask me any questions about these wrinkles. Not only so, but also to some degree, some kind of history, some kind of politics, and which I'm very much studying nowadays. So anyway, let's talk about forehead and wrinkles in the face. And so reading the face, I show you what I created about forehead and wrinkles. So the first, let's talk about forehead. Do you know where is your forehead is? When you are losing hair, then your forehead expands. So you don't know where the forehead is. But I have a couple secret technique. Usually your width of the four fingers, little finger is on the eyebrow, then index finger is a borderline between forehead and hair. So in case if your client is completely bald, ask him put his four fingers, then you can tell. Well, which means big white hands, maybe bigger forehead. I think so. But anyway, we have a lot of information about forehead. So let's talk about wrinkles. Okay, the first, let's talk about wrinkles. So I can bring this one here. And, okay, great. Great. That's perfect. So let's talk about, okay, this is, I should be this here. So, of course, we have many different shape and different form of the forehead. But the typical ones is, okay, here, and some people like this way, it's long one. Good. Some people has a long forehead, at the wrinkles. Okay, and then generally speaking, their constitutional health is pretty steady, which means when they are healthy, long time healthy. But unfortunately, once they get sick, these sickness become chronic. Interesting. Steady means, well, unfortunately, chronically long period of time. They enjoy for a long time, they suffer a long time. But anyway, this wrinkle tells that when you are giving treatment, once they go sick, usually they get sick more constitutional problems, such as breathing and digestion, reproductions. But anyway, this wrinkle gives this ideas, and also they are very reliable people. They promise, then they practice promise, and then some people, they have these lines, and they are more intellectually advanced, and may I say they are more steady people. And then some people like this way. And I saw some people like this way, and some people like this way. Many people, surprisingly, they have so many long line. Okay, usually I ask them, how many books do you read? How many books do you have? And many different subjects, they love to, get involved. And these people actually are very, intellectually advanced. So when you give a treatment, say for example, this is our senator, U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer. He became that leader of the majority Senate. The reason why I'm interested in his wrinkle is because I know of him 30 years, because he was actually New York State Senator before he became U.S. Senators. And take a look his wrinkles, especially Kazu, next one. Look at that, his wrinkles. It's a long one, from the beginning to here, all the way. He must be very high IQ, and he must be very intellectual person. And he is reliable, he doesn't change so easily. But anyway, this kind of people, when you are giving treatment, make sure you are approaching intellectually. Okay? But anyway, this is a wrinkle tells, how they are, how to diagnose, how to give a treatment. Okay. Then, okay, now comes. Girl. Okay. Yeah. So now next one. Girl. It's okay. So the next one is some people's wrinkle is chopped off. Like this way. Can you see this one? Yeah. But anyway, this is what we are enjoying last night. I practiced, I rehearsed many times. But anyway, so if you have a client who has this kind of wrinkles, kind of chopped off, Okay, I call these people readjustabilities, very high readjustability, which means when they are sick, easy to get better, but easy to get sick, and easy to get better, and easy to sick, easy to get better. So when they come for treatment, people ask me, Ohashi, how long do I need to come? Then I see this wrinkles. I have to say, well, maybe 2 treatment is enough. You'll be better within 2 treatment. But don't worry, you'll be sick again soon. So you have to give advice, okay? But anyway, readjust their circumstances. And so usually they are very easygoing with the circumstances. For example, they are easy to move around. And then when I see the clients who has this wrinkles, and then usually I ask them, how many times did you change your house? How many times did you move? And they laugh usually. Oh, I moved, I don't remember how many times. So I usually tell them, well, don't move anymore. Buy RV. RV. So I highly recommend them. Don't get involved the house. Don't pay the, loan, house loan. Buy the RV, move around. So flexibility, readjustability, they love to move around. So it's their job, they move around. And but unfortunately, readjustability means unreliable. They are so readjust easily according to the situation. So these people, especially when that wrinkle is going this way, then easy to change their mind. So when these people come for treatment and then they want to make a next appointment, usually I ask them to pay in advance now. Okay, because they change the schedule easily. In the end, they control your schedule. In the end, they destroy your business. Okay, so usually I ask them to pay in advance as soon as they make appointment. And then non-refundable, of course. Meanwhile, the people who have a long eyebrow, they always practice what they promise. Then they come on time, and then they are very reliable, very straight. Okay. Like him, it's very reliable. So I have many clients, okay, who are coming for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. All of them have a long hairline at the wrinkles like this way. Oh, by the way, when you are practicing acupuncture or whatever, shiatsu, or you are so-called human service, treatment, human service business, clients is very important for your practice. Okay, not your technique, not your talent. But who are there is very critical for your success. So in the end, I have only clients, only who has a long wrinkles in the forehead. This is I want to give you top secret. Please eliminate this kind of wrinkle people. Okay, choose the clients only long one, steady one. You'll be very surprised after 10 years. You have only long wrinkles clients. Okay. But anyway, the long wrinkle clients usually is they suffer a long time. What I discuss a little bit is based on this book. Okay, I believe everybody has this book. My Oriental diagnosis, leading the body. This is a book. It's already published more than 35 years ago, and 8 different languages, and still selling. Okay, so I discuss about wrinkles and page 30. So you can read one more time this page. Okay, Ohashi's Oriental Diagnosis book on page 30. Then you make your own notebook. Okay. You make your own notebook. This program, such as Oriental Diagnosis, such as this program, is my subjective understanding of my own experience. Okay. So what I am teaching you, you don't need to believe immediately, because your subjectivity is your subjectivities. My subjectivity is mine. Okay, Oriental diagnosis is not objective. Okay, Oriental diagnosis and maybe Oriental medicines, very subjective. So what I'm saying to you is I'm sharing my subjective experience of my study and experience, and I have a lot of case studies. Okay, some degree, last 50 years my experience giving treatment and teaching 30 different countries, 400 different cities, and thousand clients. Then I reach this information. So take a look, Putin's, okay? And very fascinating because, last 6 months, I'm very, very nervous about his face. And so last week, we discussed about his sunpack eyes. And today, let's discuss about his forehead wrinkles. I show you. This is a wrinkle. Take a look. This is a 2000. Okay. It's very interesting. In 2000, he just stepped in politics. Okay. And he becomes prime minister, then president, 2000. And take a look at his wrinkles. Yes, beautiful. It's kind of a straight. It's a little bit waved, but it's straight. And I think he has only 3 at this moment here. Okay. And then take a look, 2019, these wrinkles. Now, here it's very important. Higher area is a shorter wrinkles comes here. Yes, because that's one. That's one, okay? And it's one more higher, there. So the point is, because he lost the hair in the front, so therefore, these wrinkles comes side. Okay. But Anyway, this is his wrinkles, 2019. It's a little bit more waved. And I was a little bit shocked to see his wrinkle is not so long enough. Okay. Usually, politician has to have a long wrinkles and many, in order to survive in political world. Okay. So at this moment, he has a very short but major wrinkles. But I show you the other ones is. This is the early stage of the, and it's very, I think, yes, this one, okay. So did you see this is the wrinkles? I think this is around 2000, 2000. As center ones is a very dominating. And I can see only two, okay. So it's center ones is his own willpower or his personality, strong. And below the center one, that one is a relationship with subordinate or his junior peoples. Okay, so at this moment, only two lines he has. Of course, we discussed about his sanpaku eyes and his eye socket area last week. But anyway, this is, okay. I show you the other wrinkles. Double ones. Oh, yeah, double one. Take a look at this one. I'm fascinating this one. This is officially Russian government announced that he is naked, okay? And the left side, a small head, you can see that's a horse. He was riding a horse naked, upper part of the body naked with sunglasses. Then I was very, very surprised when I see his wrinkles, no wrinkles there. So this must be double. Have you ever seen the movie Kagemusha by Kurosawa, which I love very much? Kagemusha means a shadow man in Japanese. That means a double. Warlord, they always prepare double. Okay. And Putin, some people say this is a second double. He has three doubles. And then the first original Putin, okay, original Putin already dead, some people say, because of cancer around 2008. Okay. And then some people say, this is a very funny story, but only wife discovered during the love making. This is a funny story, but anyway, that's the reason why she divorced. But anyway, I was very shocked to see this photograph. Officially, Russian government, show this photograph. Right. This is the latest. This is the latest one, 2019. Okay. Now it's more wrinkles coming out, maybe because aging, because it is more maturing, or more, gain more weight, whatever reasons. He has more, but it's unfortunately only center ones is long enough. Only center one's long enough. That's one. Then others short. As a politician, ideally he should have a more longer, much more longer, and much more, wrinkles he should have. But anyway, this is his wrinkles. Okay. So this is another one. Now in the front, and you can tell how much he lost his hair around centers. Yeah? As I mentioned, yes, this way you can tell. Okay. So the top line is a wrinkle, but because would you please put the line this way, go make it down, going down, that's a go, then going up, that's right. You see, that's good. That is area he used to have a hair. That's good. So that's where, so his forehead is so-called M, we call M forehead. Okay. But he lost hair from there. So as you can see, it's a big forehead. Actually, it's not so big, but M forehead we call. But this is what I discovered and from his wrinkles. Okay, hi, one more pictures. And this is also, you can see that. And this is just last month, 2022, I think it's February. I think 24th of February. But this is the wrinkles. Okay. And good. Hi. So anyway, you know, when you're following his activities, especially this, you know, terrible historical moment, you follow his face, you follow his wrinkles, and then to some degree, what's happening, how he is acting. This is I learned from my experience and from Oriental diagnosis, my studies. Okay, now today I have a lot of time for you to receive the any questions. Yes.
In the last photo of 2022, it looks like his wrinkles aren't as deep as before. Can Ohashi Sensei please talk about this? Also in the same photo, there's a faint line between the eyes developing. I'm going to put that photo back up.
Yeah. When we become nervous or biological health is deteriorate, or you know, life is kind of tired, worn out, wrinkle shows more, and then to some degree, wrinkle get darker, and sometimes wrinkle concave, okay, deeper. Yes, to some degree, this 2022. Yes, it's more showing. It's more a little bit distinguished, but still, he has a lot of biological health and vitalities. But unfortunately, just in between the eyebrows, which is there, that's area, small wrinkle starting. No, that's right. That's right. This is I am worried about, because this wrinkles center this way, okay, is liver, and so kind of anger, frustration, and some kind of fighting issues, fighting some kind of you know, he himself a little bit harassed by himself, and then getting frustrated, and angry. Maybe because he's now around 70 years old and he's in power 20 years, and last the 10 years is not so good. First 10 years, excellent. And unfortunately, he didn't retire. If he retired 2008, he's a hero. But he want to grab the power, then he want to stay there, then he become dictators. Then the situation is getting worse, And this is a terrible situation he created. Yes, Elizabeth, this is what I can say to you at this moment. But let me continue to observe his wrinkle every day whenever he comes out on the screen. Okay.
Good. And then Marina is asking, what about Botox? Because Putin can be very vain, or he's known to be vain. Is it possible that he uses Botox, or this is a...
You can assume that he has not only Botox, many chemical in his body, in his systems, And then, but this is changes the atmosphere. Okay, but for example, Botox, yes, it shows immediately that he used Botox, but 6 months later, Botox faded out. Then original face comes out. Okay. So ideally, you have to take a look his face every month, But of course, he has his own private doctors and cosmetic surgeons and exercise personal trainers and chef, and everything is being influenced by these peoples. And he's very concerned his appearance, physical appearance. He came out naked and jumped in the cold water to tell the Russian people around the world, people that he is a tough guy, healthy guy. He comes out naked in the upper part of the body, naked, riding a horse. And he came out with the motorcycles and guns. Dictator always, they do this way. And in order to show. So yes, Marina, assume he has a Botox. Assume he has a cosmetic surgeons, okay? Assume he can be a double. This is a very fun point of the Oriental diagnosis. Then you should see him, whether he's a real one or whether he is biologically deteriorating or politically nervous or spiritually, depressed, whatever. You accumulate your own informations and then experience. So for these reasons, I am sharing my experience. Well, that's all I can say to you. But in the future, let me study more. Then I may have more ideas or information. Thank you, Marina. Okay.
Thank you, Marina. And then, can you talk a little more, Ohashi, about this photo?
Yes.
Why is he developing more in this M pattern?
Yes.
These wrinkles higher up.
Yes. I don't know why. At this moment, he may lose a lot of hair on the front, and then shows a more wrinkles at both end. Okay, both end. So yes, but it's only two of them is one continuous lines, and others is only side. Okay, bilaterally, right? That's why, yes, this is a side and no center. This is only two of them. This only two of them, and waved. It's not straight line. Okay. So, life is changing, and biologically, I think it's changing, and that's all I can tell. But it's a very unique lines. I don't see so often, from my experience, to see this kind of wrinkles. Okay.
And Mark has a question here, Ohashi. As we cannot directly give him shiatsu to treat his anger issues, is there anything we can do as a world can do to give his psychology to create effect on to stop his genocide? How can we influence Putin? I think is the general question from Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Well, this is a very difficult questions, because so many factors are involved. We are talking about Putin's biological health and face reading and body reading. For example, originally he was born not so strong constitutions. His senior two brothers die pretty young. He's a third child, and but anyway, when he was babies and his child, he is not so strong biologically, but fortunately he start studying judo, and then he's interested in more health, but anyway, he went to the St. Petersburg at the law schools. Then he got the job on KGB spy organizations. Then 1989, he lost his job, and then he become involved at the politics, city government politics. But anyway, so I don't know where he has this kind of mentalities, but some kind of inferior complex and some anger to West, some anger to Western powers. When Berlin Wall collapsed, he was in Dresden, and he was terrible trauma. He got terrible trauma because the Soviet Union collapsed, and so he witnessed and he experienced that kind of trauma. Irritated his great Russian pride, because he is KGB's, he believes he can control everything. He can kill anybody, anytime. So this kind of a psychology may trigger this war against Ukrainians. But anyway, I'm very fascinating these issues, and I'm fortunately I can get all the information in English and in Japanese. And all the Japanese information about Putin's and Russian peoples, and then the Ukraine relationship with Russia, the European issues, and First World War, Second World Wars, and communist, establishment, and then all this family's disaster. The first at the 1905 Japan, Russian wars, and this everything's involved. So, but anyway, what I want to say to you is any situation like this, you know, people like a dictator is very much influenced history. Dictator influence, and they're very strange in many ways. But also based on their own nationalities, religions, or many other reasons involved. One thing I always wonder, why Russian people can survive with this kind of dictators, you know. Then I wonder how Russian people are so kind of I don't know, patience. They have a patience, you know. And if this happens in America, and immediately huge demonstrations, huge riot, maybe changes the presidents, you know, like Nixon's, for example. But why? Then I have a very strange experience in Russia. I show you. I went to Moscow, 1992, August. That is 1990, in front of the fountain, famous Moscow's fountains. And then this is a next photograph is at in front of the Kremlins.
With the family.
Yeah. Then next one. This is my sponsor. He's a professor of the Moscow University, and lady next to me is a wife, and she's also my sponsor. They invite me. Very wonderful experience, and I had a very different experience. Two experience I want to share with you. Maybe this may give you some ideas about the Russian peoples, especially 1992. So one experience, okay. First experience is this way. I went to a shop in order to buy a souvenir for my wife. Okay, and then some people say, well, chocolate is very cheap and very good. But actually, they don't have anything except chocolate. So anyway, I went to the store. Then first, huge line in front of the chocolate. Then I stayed at the end of the line. It took about 40 minutes. And then get to the chocolate, okay? Then, of course, I don't understand Russians. And she doesn't understand the English. And so my translator. Well, here you need a ticket that they have a chocolate for use. So I got the ticket. Okay, after I spent 45 minutes. Then with this ticket, I have to go to the cashier, which they have a long line, about half an hour. Then I showed this ticket to cashier. Then I pay. Okay, I pay money, cash. Of course, rubles, I pay rubles. Then she gave me a receipt that she received the money. So I took this receipt, then go back to the line, then wait for another 45 minutes to reach the counter to get the chocolate. Wow. And then Russian people waiting for 2.5 hours for one piece of chocolate. I was very impressed. Nobody screams. Nobody screams. Nobody make any fuss. Waiting. Wow. Tolerance, patience. Russian people, so much tolerance. Really. And no wonder Napoleon, no wonder Hitler. Russian people so patient, so tolerant, So whenever I have a student into the Ohashi Institute and the Russian student, I have to have a very good patience. I have to really be patient in order to introduce the stomach 36, I have to spend 3 hours to explain. Okay. That's I learned from them. So this is very important for us to understand why Putin can be a dictator 20 years. Wow, maybe Russian people, tremendous tolerances. Then when the tolerance is peaked, and they exploded, that is the time everything changes. Yeah, last change, huge change, 1991, and a huge change, 1917. Yeah, you can tell. Okay, but anyway, this is the first experience when I was there, and the second experience is a very weird experience. I stay hotel, kind of dormitory. Near Moscow University, which they sponsor my workshop. Okay, so that's time 1992 August. Food is scarce, and then situation is not so good. But anyway, I have a tea bag, and I want to have a tea, and then they don't have a hot water maker in my room, hotel room. Of course, in Japan, every room has a, tea bag and tea kettles and the sugars and everything in it, in each room. But here in Russia, they don't have that. So I went to the counter receptionist, I need that hot water for my tea. I showed my tea bag, and then omizu in Japanese, and hot water in English, and caliente aqua, and all French, and as many as language words I remember for hot water. And she said, "Oh, da." The receptionist said there. Yes, da. Okay. So I thought, hot water is coming soon. Then 1 hour later, nobody came. 2 hours later, nobody came. So I got so, tired. I went to bed. Oh, they don't have a hot water. Then middle of the night, I think around 1 o'clock in the night, and then door knocked. What's happening in the middle of the night, So I got so upset. Then I opened the door. Then woman, overweight woman, it's almost 10 gallons kettle. Huge kettle, huge kettles full of the hot waters. I was so shocked, you know. My goodness, this is, wow, yes. I requested hot water. They achieved the goal. They gave me hot water in the middle of the night, you know, wake me up. I don't need 10 gallons hot water. So for only 1 cup is enough. You know. But anyway, so I talked to my sponsor who speaks very good English. She's the professor in Moscow University. Well, you know, Hashi, that's a very, very common in here in Russia. Yes, you requested, and then order came through the front desk, and the kitchen receives the order. Then they accomplish the order to deliver on paper. Yeah, and that is. Then I asked her, wow, how you can survive this kind of wasting time, you know? Then she said, well, you know, communist societies, you don't need to worry about time, you know. You have to worry about whether you accomplish the order to the government, you know. Dictator especially, you have to really, you know, achieve his request, and time is not so important. Well, I'm very, very impressed these stories, you know. Wow, such a rich countries Russia is, you know, oil, gas, wheat, and metal, especially metals, you know. And a very, very highly educated people, very, very highly, you know, character peoples, Russian peoples, and hardworking peoples. But how come, you know, per persons are so poor? You know, per person gross income in each Russian people is below the per person in India, which I was very shocked.
Say that again.
Okay, the per person's income in Russian peoples, okay, is below the per person income in India. That makes me so upset. You know, but anyway, you see, when I see this war, you know, everybody accused of Putin's, you know, Putin's, yes, he's a terrible, terrible, really. But, you know, how, you know, why he can continue to be a, you know, dictator, as a dictator 20 years. So many things involved, so many things. I'm not blaming any Russian peoples, you know. I really respect these peoples, you know. But one system, political system, okay, jeopardize good quality of the peoples. Okay, we cannot manifest our abilities so well. So. But anyway, many ways, you know, this war is teaches us, you know, we have to really expand our eyes and ears, not only analyzing Putin's face, Putin's psychologies, but also how that the world history is moving around, how the politics is moving around, how our civilization is heading for, how humans is behaving, you know, to each other. this is a very critical moment in our histories. And after 2 years, coronavirus, we suffer lots, and drastically our society is changed. It's still continuing to change. Our lifestyles really asked, and then this wars, and I'm so pessimistically, nervous. But sometimes it's a great time to study more, to, analyzing ourselves, our histories. But anyway, this is what I don't think this is the answer for Mark, but forgive me.
And now we'll say goodbye for today, but we'll see everyone next week.
Good.
And, can you see?
Yes.
Let me see.
Thank you
There we
so
go.
much. Great, Margaret. Thank you.
Oh.
Yes.